What is up and welcome into the Easy Smoke and the GM podcast. I am your host, Ezra McCann, and I'm joined as always by my outstanding co-host. He's a Chicago Public League legend. He's a Simeon legend. He's a Grambling State legend. He played second base for the Tigers back in the day. He was all SWAC. He is none other than Brandon Williams, a.k.a. Coach Smoke, and he's also the head baseball coach and coach of the year.
Area
You know what I'm
coach of the
saying?
year.
Area coach of the year. There we go. I
Mhm.
wanted to get that right. Here in the Chicagoland area. So, Coach Smoke, and we've also got our NFL draft expert, analyst, enthusiast. He is our GM, Glenn Morgan. He knows everything football, both college and pro. Gentlemen, what's going on? How you guys doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay, but as per usual, you forgot another one of my accomplishments.
What'd you do?
Just I'm this month's bowling high handicap award winner. I'm bowling so bad that handicap's going up, baby. Yeah, I'm earning them pins. Don't hate me now, love me come playoff time. That's all I'm saying.
You lying, man. Like I know you.
No, I'm not lying.
I know you. You probably
I'm,
roll like a 190 and calling it bad.
yeah, no, bro. Let's just say I started out with about 36 pins handicap. After last week, I might be close to 40.
That's still not bad.
That's horrible. That's horrendous. Are you kidding me? A handicap? That's like a child's handicap. It's like
Come
if I
on,
was
man.
13 years old. No, seriously. Are you kidding me? I should at least be like 15 to 20 pins, maybe. Not no damn 40.
Well, that's all
But
right.
hey, I'm earning it. I'm just saying,
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, gentlemen,
I'm committed.
let's get on to it. The Bears with a nice win on Sunday, 4 in a row.
Okay, I'll go
Very good, very good, very good win. Um,
win.
it was a good. It's a good win. Um, they didn't dominate like I thought they should have, especially in the passing game. You know, they ran all over them, 200 yards rushing
Yes.
in that game. I thought the defense played extremely well, especially in the first half. Um,
90% of the time, yes, they played extremely well.
yeah, yeah. But here's the deal, though. Going into the season, we're not competing for a Super Bowl right now. That's not happening. But I think what I wanted to see was improvement from last season. I wanted to see consistency, and I wanted them to win the games that they're supposed to win. And New Orleans is one of those teams that they were supposed to beat, and
Yes.
they took care of business. That's all that matters there.
So far, we look like the Bears.
What does that even mean?
Strong defense, strong
Oh,
running
Strong running
game.
game. That's what we've always been.
Brought in the offensive guru to get us back to being we've always been.
That's what we always been. Uh,
That's true.
it was one of them weird games where like it wasn't very exciting, but it was a little bit. Defensively, it was exciting. And then offensively, it was like, okay. Like my wife was like, man, was you even enjoying the game? You didn't make a sound. I'm like, nothing happened that had me like jump out of my seat, like yes or damn, like nothing really happened. I mean, it was, but we won the game. That's all I can say. I keep telling y'all every week. I'm gonna keep emphasizing it. The defense takes the ball away.
Them
That's
boys,
what they do.
them boys was hitting.
They takes the ball away, and that's the to me honestly that's the biggest difference I see. It's not that Eberflus defenses wasn't comparable. they just didn't have this
Get in the
aggressive look
bunches.
to them.
Yeah, they
Right.
didn't get in the
This,
bunches like these
yeah,
guys.
yeah. This defense looks different. It looks more energetic. It looks more explosive. Like it
Mhm.
doesn't look like it's following a scheme and everything has to be right in that scheme. It just looks like, look, go hit somebody. And if you can get the ball, get it. Like that's how the defense look right now. They're flying around out there. Like that's what I like. That's what I like about it.
Well, I think they're more um, they're more aggressive
Mm-hmm.
under Dennis Allen than they were. I think Eberflus was extremely conservative
Conservatives. Yep.
in how he uh, divvied out his blitz packages and that sort of thing. Dennis Allen is sending 5, 6 guys every rip, go get them, and it sometimes puts the secondary in an interesting bag, which we saw in the last drive of the first half. Um, they got the ball to Olave, and it looked like Spencer Rattler was finding that guys were open over the middle. That's where the openings were. And then in the first, obviously the first drive of the second half, they drove right downfield on the Bears. But still, yeah, they get turnovers, and yeah, they're just aggressive, super aggressive.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, B. It's like it was very antiseptic in a lot of ways. Um, Nothing offensively to get you excited outside of maybe a couple of nice runs by a Monangai and a Swift. Um, the defense, however, yeah, it's like you guys are saying, it's an attacking defense. But the difference I'm seeing over the last several weeks and them forcing their turnovers is because they're playing with a lot more um, certainty and knowledge about where each other is. The first couple of weeks, the miscommunication was obvious, especially the Detroit game. They just got chewed up. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
miscommunication, especially in the secondary. And again, everyone forgets there's so much focus on the quarterback learning the new system and the quarterback under the new coach, the quarterback. Forget it's a whole new defensive system.
Hmm.
And it's a different defensive coordinator. You guys just talked about the personality difference. Dennis Allen more attacking, Eberflus a bit more conservative. That's not just physically what you do. That's a mindset. So you got to change what you do, how you go about. If you're reading and reacting, or if you're getting up the field and what have you. And I think Eberflus's defense wasn't too dissimilar from Lovie Smith's defense. I think to make those kind of defenses work, though, you need to have exceptional talent at certain key spots. And when you don't, it gets a bit more compromised. I think with Dennis Allen's defense, you don't necessarily have to have exceptional talent at certain positions. You just have to have guys who are committed to being exceptional. And we're starting to see that now. Deshaun Wright was a name that nobody knew really. And this
Mm-hmm.
guy's had two of the more impressive interceptions this season for the Bears. Pick six against the Vikings, and that great interception this past week where it looked like, man, I think this dude might score. I mean, he's making people miss. It's like, man, where did this dude come from? And this is without Jalen Johnson being a part of the defense. Excuse me. Your best defensive player hasn't been there really to play. But this defense is still, and he's an exceptional player. But I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but the effect of him not being there isn't felt as much because everybody is playing exceptionally because they understand their roles better now. And they can once defenses don't have to think about what they're doing and they can play to their abilities and they're put in positions to succeed, you really start to see them perform, and that's what we're seeing with the Chicago Bears. Um, yeah, you're right. As you said, the same thing. You said the thing, and you're correct about the Saints. That game was one that, even at the beginning of the season, was like, this is a have to win. Like, you can't lose this
Mm-hmm.
game. It's at home. This team is trying to figure out who they are. They have no established quarterback. You know,
New
head coach
coach
is
as well.
new, right? And the players, some aging team in the midst of trying to figure out, where to get people to put them in. Blah blah blah. You got to win this game. So yes, the Bears are doing it, and it still didn't look as clean as you'd like it to be. Dominating, I don't know if we're in the space where we're going to be dominating anybody per se, but a clean game. Right now, the Cowboys game is probably about the cleanest game, win victory wise, the Bears have had. That being said, you can point to some really good things. The offensive line is playing so much better. There looks to be some continuity developing, and the confidence in which the guys are hitting the holes are better. Monanga's seeing it a little bit better. Each time he plays, he's getting more reps. He's getting more real game time experience. So he's seeing the holes better. And these holes are pretty big, so it's hard to miss some of them.
Yeah.
And you see Swift just running it with a lot more confidence. Roshan's getting in there a little bit. And even with the banged up guys we've had, Komet, he's got a back, and Stevenson's got a shoulder situation. Yeah. We'll see what happens. With that being said, I think the Bears still are in a position where they can still be effective. Efficiency on offense, and you could hear it in the post-game conference, not conference, post-game
press conference.
Comments. Press conference. Thank you. Comments that Coach Johnson made, and Caleb, to his credit, took a lot of accountability. And the inefficiency is that stuff where it's like, man, stop running out the damn pocket, trying to make every play be a super fantastic, highlight. Like, dude, you don't run. A couple of times, it's like, dude, you could have ran. A couple of times, just throw the ball outside.
Throw it out.
Stop trying to do that, and you're falling back into bad habits. So there was a bit of a regression on his end, but I think Caleb, he acknowledged that, and he may not use the word regression, but he acknowledged that, it could have been it could have looked a lot better. It could have looked a lot better if he wasn't, inaccurate. If he wasn't trying to force it. The other thing, and I hope a lot of people were listening and caught the subtlety of why this offense still, the team, but the offense really seems to be creating so many costly turnovers, or turnovers that end up taking points off the board, or moving them out of position to score, making it much more, difficult to keep the drive going. And Caleb mentioned cadence. He mentioned, I got to do better with my cadence, because some of these pre-snap penalties are guys. I'm glad he said it, because I'm thinking like, dude, some of that stuff might just be on the quarterback. I was thinking that, and he said, I'm like, okay, I'm glad you said it, because they may be off kilter because they, maybe you practiced it different, or maybe your voice inflection was different when you did it at a different time, and now you throwing off your lineman, or you're taking too long to hike the ball, and whatever the case might be. Cadence has something to do with it. And as much as you can draw the defense off, you can probably throw your teammates off. Mm-hmm. And so hopefully, and I'll end with this, going into Baltimore, because it's going to be a road game, and Baltimore's coming off a bye. They need a win desperately. It's a tough place to play. Fans are committed fans. Lamar will be back, I believe. So as far as the Bears go, if you're having 10 penalties like they did at home against the Saints, 10 penalties for, I think, 92 yards. You had twice as many penalties as the visiting team, and for 3 times as many yards. And you won the game because, again, you're forcing turnovers. You can't count on turnovers like that every single week, but you can count on what you can control. And those penalties, a lot of them pre-snap type, the unforced errors, if you will, you're going to have to tone that. You can't have those on the road against
some of those penalties were bad, though.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not, but here's the thing. Once you start getting a reputation, it's easy for them to make those calls. Just like, sometimes with the pitchers, or if a guy's throwing the pitch, Greg Maddux and what's the other guy that was during the same era with the Atlanta Braves, Maddux and Glavine.
Glavine.
They just needed to be around the plate. Sometimes it's like, dude, that's not a strike. Got that reputation. Reputation precedes you. Reputation carries on through. And right now, the Bears have a reputation of being a highly penalized team. So it's easy to penalize them. Even if you're wrong, the refs aren't going to get as much, because it's like, well, it was borderline. It was close enough that, and they've done that before. So yeah, they probably did blah blah, and it goes on. And once those penalties are called and they're assessed, you can't take them back. So you've got to, correct that narrative. And part of that is being better with your cadence, guys being more focused, all that stuff, all those things that you can control. And it's got to be important. Baltimore is very winnable. You can win that game. The Bengals, even with Flacco being there and them looking good the other night, these games are winnable. Now, beginning of the season, we were like maybe lost with the Bengals. There was definitely lost with Baltimore. Now it's looking like, dude, you're stacking the wins. If you're not your own worst enemy, look, without those penalties, some of those penalties, and Caleb being a little inaccurate, that's a blowout against the Saints. Mm-hmm. And it shouldn't have been even close to the week before. The penalty cost them a touchdown the week before. So you cut that down, your explosive plays can be there. Your consistency and efficiency can be there. So Caleb doesn't have to feel like Superman. And you could do that, man. So yeah, this team is going forward, man. But the specter of bad habits and being your own worst enemy still lingers with this team.
I want to go back to these penalties though. Come on, the officials got it. They got to do better, man. The Colston got called for pick play. Mm-hmm. All he did was turn around and look for the ball.
Yeah, guilty.
Whatever, man. Brisker got called on a blitz for a roughing the passer.
That's across the league, though. There,
come on, man. He went low last week, and they got him, even though he was pushed down. And now he goes a little high. Didn't hit him in the head. And they call that 15 yards. That should have been a punt right there. They call 15 yards there. It's just ridiculous, man.
Sound like a homer, man. Sound like a homer.
Hey, call me what you want, man. I know what I saw. I know what I saw. That was BS. That's two consecutive weeks now. This game, who did we play last week?
Washington.
The Washington game. The officials killed us on a lot of plays. Well, I'm getting tired of that, man.
It's gonna happen next week.
Give us some respect.
Man. Well, respect has to be earned, and you got to start being even more clean. Sometimes you got to be twice as good as the expectations. I mean, I think the three of us are aware of that. Sometimes you got to be twice as good.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Right. Just saying.
I've heard that.
Earn it.
The run game, man. What's changed in the last couple of weeks here? Between now and what happened at the beginning of the year, where we couldn't open up a hole to save our lives, and now, I mean, we looking like the '90s Cowboys out there with the way they opening up holes.
For me, I think they went into the bye week with a plan to address the run game. I mean, because you only got one lineman that's been replaced,
right?
And I mean, he's doing well though. He's doing well. I'm not gonna say he's not doing well, but you're getting a lot of holes from the interior lineman. That wasn't there in the beginning. So I'm thinking EB needs to get some credit that's not being said, that I haven't heard publicly, that is Eric Bieniemy, because I think in that bye week,
line coach? Is he the offensive line coach?
He's the running backs coach. Oh well, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. So both of them.
Now, if he's a running game coordinator, that's a little different. And maybe that.
I think he's just a running backs coach. So I'll say them three: running game coordinator, running backs coach, O-line coach. Add more emphasis to building this run game, and Ben Johnson as well, because that's what he uses for his offense to run well. So I felt like coming out of the bye, as we saw in many years past, we look like we come out of the bye and then work on a goddamn thing. We could see that they put emphasis on the running game. At least that's how I take
I don't disagree with you. I think contextually we should add in A, who they played. That's part of it. B, I don't think it was just the bye game. The running game to me was actually improving a couple of weeks prior to that incrementally. I think we saw, I won't say the culmination, but we saw a really big, like we figured out something, found something this past week, but it had been moving towards that prior to.
it.
But the other thing, aside from changing the tackle situation, you had your tight ends healthy for a couple of weeks here and there. I think having those tight ends and the athletic tackles you have, you're able to do things more in space. I think they stop banging their heads trying to be so much running off tackle or off, in between the tackle and the guard as much. And they start pulling guys a little bit more, start being a little more perimeter. We saw a lot of tosses the week before. You're getting Swift out into space where he can be much more effective. And I think with Monangai, you're able to run some of the similar type of running plays with him and Swift, but they just hit it a little bit differently. Even with Monangai, there's still a little more. He's not out. He's not out as wide as Swift on some of the tosses, and Swift isn't as interior as some of Monangai. But they're there a little bit enough that it can keep the defenses off. I think Caleb's success prior to helps. When your passing game is a bit more effective, guys aren't just crowding and sitting in the box as much either. So it's a lot of different things I think that led to what we've seen with the running game. And 222 yards is huge. You got both guys running for 75 yards plus. I think it was 124 for Swift and about 81 from Monangai, and they both scored a touchdown. And then confidence, all these things. When you start doing that and you start believing, then you can commit more to it because it's going to work. And the wide receivers are doing a really good job blocking. I don't think anyone talks enough about that. We talked about a little bit when we had a DJ, with the growing strain, and he's still sacrificing his body when they're playing Washington. But when you see that, if you're a receiver, you can't do any less than that. So these guys, everybody, and I think that's what makes this running game work. Everybody's committing to the blocking aspect of it, and maybe after a few weeks, they're understanding more about how to situate themselves, how to be more effective. And so, we're seeing, that progression, and hopefully, they'll do that going into next week because the Baltimore defense is trash, and it was trash as the season began. I think they're the fourth worst defense overall. I think they're the fifth worst defense against the run. They're giving up like, I don't know, it's like over 130 some odd yards. I think 120 some odd yards rushing per game. I mean, they're giving up, 14 passing touchdowns. So you can get them by land or by air. So I think as long as the Bears can stay away from being their own worst enemy, with no Metabuke in the middle, man, they haven't been able to stop the run. I don't know if Roquan's going to be back. He should be, but they've been
Yeah,
struggling.
I'm interested to see the Ravens injury report. I think it comes out tomorrow, the initial injury report, just to see where they are injury wise. Because I tell you, if I guess Lamar is supposed to be back, we are catching them at a point right here where their backs against the wall at 1-5.
Right.
This is a must win for Baltimore.
Yeah, they have to.
Must win. They got to win this week, or this season
This
is pretty much
this
done.
is a this is a NFL scripted gonna win for Baltimore. I'm telling y'all right now.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but
Telling y'all
Man,
right now.
I mean,
I'm telling you right now, the Baltimore defense is going to look great, and it's going to start looking like their season turning.
if I'm
And,
a
and I'm telling you,
the
it's. I saw it with Detroit. I mean, I saw it with Kansas City. The Bills got off to a hot start, so their little 2-game losing streak, they still 4-2, so it ain't a big deal yet.
right.
The Ravens are 1-5. NFL is not about to allow Lamar Jackson to miss the playoffs. Not
So
gonna happen.
you telling me it's going to be a lot of penalties.
I
Uh,
see.
Yeah,
I,
from a
for
team that
the
already
for
commits a
the
lot.
for the guys wearing white on Sunday.
I have to disagree with you, man. I think you're thinking Lamar is the same attraction for the status quo that you believe he'll be. And the reason why I say I don't know about that, and granted, I know he's a two-time MVP, but you got the Drake May story in New England.
They're not in the
And
same division.
I understand that. You got Aaron Rodgers in that division.
He's old. They don't give a damn about Aaron Rodgers. Mike Tomlins is the coach there. They don't
You're
care.
talking about the playoffs, though. I'm saying when it gets to the playoffs, if the Ravens don't make it, I think the NFL is okay if the story is Mahomes is back on top. You got last year's MVP. It's not Lamar. Last year's MVP obviously is Josh Allen, and you got the young gun in Drake May, and you still got Justin Herbert, who's the other golden boy, and the Jaguars might be decent enough to replace. Somebody's got to replace them. I'm just saying, there's enough cachet that without Lamar, the
All,
NFL
all
can
them
get
all
by.
them teams you named outside of the Patriots, all them teams you named lost Sunday. The Patriots and the Chiefs. All the rest of them teams lost Sunday, which makes it closer for
Yeah,
Baltimore to catch. I'm
yeah, I
telling
get it. I get it.
you, Steelers lost
Uh,
to goddamn Joe Flacco. Come on, man. They not taking them serious.
If I'm
they
Ben
lost to Chase. They
Johnson,
lost to Jamar Chase. They lose to Joe Flacco.
Just saying.
if I'm
Joe
Ben
knew what
Johnson,
Browning should have been doing. Throw the goddamn ball to Jason Witten. Look, look, what's his name? What Mike Tomlin said it best before they even played him. Why the hell would they trade him to the within the division?
that was so
He
funny, man.
he knew what was coming.
He was spot on too, man. Like why would you do that? Why would you made this guy your starting quarterback going into the season, and all of a sudden you're gonna trade him to a division opponent that's having trouble at that position? That makes no sense. And yeah,
it does. You hate Pittsburgh
clearly you're trying to go after us.
that much. Makes all the sense in the world. Cleveland against Cincinnati makes all the sense. I mean, Cleveland and Cincinnati, Ohio against Western Pennsylvania makes all the sense in the world. Flacco's the most traveled man in that division. If anybody knows damn Pittsburgh Steelers, it's Joe Flacco.
Man,
How's he? Yeah, that's his last stop.
Yeah,
He's
he's
got
not
to
going to Pittsburgh.
he's got to go there next year.
He's
Yeah, he
not
could
going to
play for the
Pittsburgh.
entire for that
hey,
entire division.
that will be hilarious.
But yeah, if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm playing up this. Hey, we had a chance to knock these guys out right now.
Yes,
That's that's
yes.
that's that's got to be what's played up going into this game on Sunday.
And
And you got to be
remind them that
physical.
we were 4-2 last year.
Yeah, that
Dude, I
too.
ain't worried about last year. Was last year, man.
Man,
It's a whole different situation, bro. If you had the same coaching staff, maybe I might buy into that. But it's a whole different way that they got to 4-2. And you're looking at this schedule, like I said, beginning of the year, it's always dubious. And because attrition makes, changes everything, injuries, all that stuff. So now these games look a lot more winning. We've talked last week, talked about, man, they could be 11-6, 10-7 probably is more the floor now. And you look at the Ravens, like I said, dude, I mean, they're giving up 130 plus yards rushing. That's not Raven like. You're not going to necessarily fix all of that in 1 week. I mean, you could make it better, but you're still missing some key elements to help you to contain the running. And not only that, but they're not even forcing turnovers. Dude, they've only forced 3 turnovers all season. All season, just 3 turnovers. The Bears do that in a quarter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Ravens are -7 when the turnover ratio, bro. That's horrible. The Bears are like +11. In the last 4 weeks, they're +13. And of course, what was it? I forget. It was just like 15 turnovers and like 2. They've only turned the ball over themselves twice. They're +13 the last 4 weeks, and overall +11. They're leading the league in forcing turnovers. And it's like when they come, it's like it's in bunches. So as long as they stay away from those penalties, I'm telling you, man, they're gonna probably force some turnovers. And if Lamar doesn't come back,
That's our best hope.
well, yeah, I'm more worried about. I'm not as worried about Lamar as I'm worried about the Bears on offense being efficient and not shooting their toes off and beating a bad defense, because that's what's
But
going to stop us from winning is that if we don't score. And,
definitely, that's why Lamar is the factor there, because we got to do our job on the offensive side, and
yeah,
that part of it still has been like,
let me ask you this: Olave, he's got some speed. You know what I'm saying? Justin Jefferson. Some of the guys that have gotten behind the Bears secondary, those guys with speed, there's no deep threat that terrifies you on Baltimore. I mean, they may you may get beat deep here and there, but it's usually because you having to worry about the run. And King Henry, it's been in his head. That dude had 3 consecutive weeks where he fumbled the ball. It cost him 2 games. It's in his head, dude. You know the Bears going after the ball with him. I
He's
just
lost two.
he's lost 2. Okay, well,
Yeah.
look, man. I just think that the Bears got a really good chance. A better was it ESPN or what they
we
do
have
about it?
we have a we have a far better chance this week than we had coming into the season versus
Undoubtedly,
this week. I'll give you that.
undoubtedly,
But me being
undoubtedly.
who I am, I just know how this is gonna play out. I
You
just
know what
know it.
though? No,
I
but see,
just
here's the
know it.
thing. Here's the thing.
It's
Last year,
nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing against what the Bears have done and who they've shown to be.
it's got nothing to do with reason.
It's just how the league makes this stuff happen.
I'm not a
We
conspiracy theorist, but
we are in the, granted it was a little different circumstances last year when we got to this 4-2 versus 4-2 now going into that week 7 game. It was different, but it's still a lot of the same. We 4-2, 4 in a row. Boom. Ravens are struggling. Wow, we get them off a bye. Where Lamar been out. Now he comes back healthy, and they had a week free to go over all the bull mess that was going on. Watch that defense gonna come out looking like the defense everybody thought they was gonna be to start. Yeah. And it might just be for 1 week. But hey, it's gonna be against us. That's how I see it. It's just I just can't help but think the BS is about to take place in this game. Just can't help but think it. We should win. How the season's been going for both teams,
yes,
we
yes.
should, and like with no doubt, be looked at to win this game. I just think it ain't gonna happen.
Y'all remember the last time we played Baltimore?
Uh, no.
They had what's the name starting. Lamar didn't even start.
No.
I remember
Was
that.
it Huntley?
Huntley started.
And we lost.
It was close though.
It was close,
Bears
but
Bears lost 16-13
At home.
at home. Huntley drove them down on a final drive, and they scored on a 3-yard touchdown by Devonta Freeman with 22 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, well, Devontae ain't on the team no more, and we've been the ones closing out games. I'm just
I'm
saying.
just saying, even if Lamar is out, it's not a gimme. All I'm
shit, they ain't
saying.
starting him if he out, right? They
What's that?
starting Cooper
Well, no,
Rush.
the Cooper Rush is the backup, but he's Huntley's still on the team. I didn't realize that.
They brought him back again, huh?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But just as you guys were talking, I started. I popped up like, wait a minute, do I remember? I remember the last time we played these guys. So, see, I'm worried about this game.
Who you You worried about every game. What are you talking about? You was worried about the Washington game.
I was worried about Washington. I wasn't worried about New Orleans though. I wouldn't.
You got worried watching though.
I did,
See,
especially after that the touchdown on the first drive,
yeah.
the second half. But yeah, this is an interesting one, man. This is an interesting one.
I'm more concerned about the Bears probably losing in Cincinnati than I am Baltimore.
Why is
Because
that?
Flacco with those two receivers, he's like, oh my God, I've never had receivers like this before. And now with them doing well, it's opening up for Chase Brown, who is an explosive player. He's getting rid of the ball. This offense seems to fit his skill set pretty much to a T. And whenever your offense can be as effective as that Bengals offense is, although their defense is still not very good, they can be a little bit more effective. It's a road game, and the Bengals feel like they have a shot now because they're telling themselves, well, hell, if we can beat Pittsburgh and if we can, start quote unquote stacking some wins before Burrow gets healthy, gets back, so they have something to play for even more because again, their division is winnable. They've got that win against the Pittsburghs. They've got that tiebreaker already, so to speak. They've got that extra half game, advantage because they have that home or they have that division win. So their mindset is already ahead of where you're thinking the Baltimore needs to be. They're more like, hey, we got a shot in this division now. So they're a little more dangerous to me. And because the Bears are susceptible to the passing, the Bears' pass defense is not very good. I mean, they've given up, I think, 15 touchdowns through the air, I think, this year or something like that. And T. Higgins and Chase, as well as I can't pronounce it, Ismis, so I can't remember, whatever I can't remember the third receiver that they go to a lot. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. I apologize. But also they've got some pass catchers on that team. So yeah, I'm a little more concerned. And then Flacco, quote unquote, has beaten this Bears team before. Like, granted, different defensive coordinator, different team. I get all that, but and Flacco just looks like he don't give a damn. When you see him, you'd be like, oh yeah, whatever. I mean, that's one of the most like, what the fuck ever. I don't care. I'm just out here playing because I don't want to go home.
But that goes back to why did Cleveland trade him in the division to Cincinnati?
You're trying to make sense out of Cleveland. Stop. This is a team that drafted Dylan Gabriel and came back and drafted Shedeur Sanders.
I mean, with Burrow out, this is a chance for Cincinnati to draw. That makes no sense.
You want to make sense of it? If we get rid of someone that can maybe help us win games, but give it to a team in our division that will win games, we'll get a higher draft pick. There you go.
In the 5th round?
No. I'm saying they'll lose more games. Cincinnati will win more games. They'll be a better team.
I got
Cleveland's going to be a worse team. They'll move up in the draft. Cincinnati, who could have been as bad as them, was going to move, in the opposite direction, thereby giving Cleveland a chance to be higher on a top 5 team as opposed to, Cincinnati maybe being a top 5 team when it comes to the draft. That's the only way I can make sense out of it.
That all right. Man.
Let me throw this at you guys right quick. I was thinking about this. Is there a Pro Bowler on this team at this point?
On the Bears?
For the Bears?
On the Bears, either side of the ball. I have one in mind.
Pro Bowler
is there a Pro
right
Bowler
now
on this team?
There you go. I was going to say someone playing at a Pro Bowl level, but maybe that's a better way to phrase it. But yes, that's exactly who I think. Are you guys aware of what he's doing so far this season?
He got 3 picks?
He's got 3 picks
on the season.
He's got 2 sacks.
Yeah,
and he's got 37 solo tackles. He's got 53 total tackles. He is playing at a Pro Bowl level, and as long as the Bears continue to win, I think he may get his 3rd Pro Bowl.
You said he has 53 overall tackles?
Total tackles, yeah. Yep. 37 solo. He is like on 120, 115, 120 tackle pace, I think.
153 pace.
Well, yeah, I'm going to account for some reality here, but yeah, I mean anywhere between
No,
125 and 130.
that's possible.
It's possible. It's possible. Um, but yeah, I mean he is definitely and I don't know that there is a inside linebacker in the NFC who isn't hurt right now. Fred Warner probably would have been that guy. And also, having that reputation. I don't know if there's anybody playing better than him at that position in the interior as a linebacker, whether you want to call him interior or just a linebacker. So yeah, I think he right now I would say that's the one person that is playing at a Pro Bowl level. I think Odunze, if he had maintained that pace he had a few weeks ago, you could maybe say him. But it seems like it's maybe a year or two away before he gets that acknowledgement.
But still playing well.
Yeah. Definitely playing well. Definitely playing well.
Gotta give him that.
Saw something when it came to Doomsday that I thought was interesting that I didn't necessarily peep. But someone said that he's not a good route runner.
Dennis
So,
McKinnon.
huh?
Was it
Yeah,
Dennis
I did.
McKinnon?
No. This was on Facebook. Was saying that he's not a good
Was it
route
Dennis
runner.
McKinnon?
Is no.
Oh, people. Your
No, that's what
Facebook.
I saw Dennis McKinnon's comments about that.
Saying he only makes contested catches, and I'm like, I don't really see that. So
Sounds like a hater.
just
No,
wondering if it's something that y'all might notice also. But
I mean, I don't know that he's necessarily perfect at his route running professionally, but coming out of Washington, that's one of the things we were looking at draft picks and why I was so high on him. It was like we don't need to get Marvin Harrison. The Doomsday is just fine because he is solid with his route running. He's good at changing his pace. He's good at ball adjustment. He's definitely good at contested catches. He's got the size and length. He's generally, at least at the collegiate level, he had clutch moments with the plural with an S. There's very little weakness to his game to me as a collegian coming out. Now, granted, as a professional, he's got to learn the nuances of playing wide receiver at the NFL level. But uh, I think last year he definitely looked more like a rookie, but they had a lot of other issues last year too. I think this year his polish is starting to show, and I think by next year, his third year, I think he will be one of the top 15 wide receivers, 10 to 15 wide receivers in the NFC, which is saying a lot because there's some really good receivers in the NFC. And a lot of teams have two good receivers on the team. You know, with the Lions, Vikings, you look at the Rams, you look at Eagles, you look at Dallas. I mean, there's a lot of really good, duo
Being
at receivers.
being that he was a top 10 receiver, should his ceiling be higher than that?
I don't. I mean, yeah, but I don't think that's a knock against him as much as it's like the competition that's there. I mean, there's a lot of really top. I mean, a lot of these guys are top 10 picks, or top 15 picks at the receiver position. I mean, Puka probably is it, but Devontae, won a Heisman. You look at AJ. You look at freaking CD Lamb. You look at George Pickens. There's a lot of top Devontae second round pick, but I mean, there's a lot of really good Marvin Harrison's, top 7 pick, top 4 pick, or whatever. I mean, there's top 5 pick. There's a lot of really good, talented receivers in this conference, in the league, but definitely in this conference. So yeah, I don't think that's a knock at all. And that's not to say that his ceiling is capped at that. I think I think there's still more to expect. He's a young dude, I think he'd be all right.
All right. Yeah, Baltimore Sunday, man.
Yeah, plus, it's a noon game, right?
It is one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, one. Yeah, that's all good. No West Coast bull mess here.
All right.
You know.
We shall see. Hey, let's move on. I think we gotta bring it up considering that we were um, definitely on the bandwagon of one Justin Fields.
Ooh.
Um,
Mm.
you know who I'm talking about. You know, this season hasn't been too kind to him. Let's be real.
Nope.
Um, he got benched in at halftime of last week's game against
Deservingly so.
yeah, because I, he looked bad, and he's looked that way most of the season outside of the Steelers game.
Outside of Steelers game, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
and I don't know what that's about. Uh, Today, the owner of the Jets, um, Woody Johnson, weighed in, and while commenting on Aaron Glenn, saying that he basically he has the full confidence in Aaron Glenn going forward. He basically put the reason for their 0-7 start on the quarterback play. And let me find the quote here. The offense is just not clicking, and you can't run the ball if you can't pass the ball. That's football 101. Um,
Is it? You
that's
can't
that's what
run if you
that's what
can't
that's what
pass.
Woody Johnson says. Yes.
I thought the run stood up the pass or whatever. Thought that was football 101.
um, what else did he say here? Uh, we gotta find where's the rest of this quote? I praised Glenn for turning around parts of the team, but added, it's hard when you have a quarterback with a rating that he's got. I mean, he has ability, but something just is not jiving. You have to play consistently at that position, and that's what we're going to try to do for the remainder of the season. So I guess he's talking about Tyrod Taylor, who, let's be
Right.
real,
Ain't gonna
didn't tear
last
things
2 weeks.
up when he came in the game either. Um,
Maybe they
Is
should
that
trade for
is
Joe
that right
Flacco.
for the owner of a team to be to say publicly about
I,
a player on the team?
if he's yeah, I think okay. Is he in the locker room? No. Is he in the game planning? All that stuff? No. But he is the owner, and he is footing the bill, and he's watching like this is what I'm paying for. This is some bull
Mhm.
jive, and it's not like he is. This may sound. I don't mean it to come across as disrespectful to Justin, but it's a warranted criticism. And as the owner of the team paying for this, I feel I have no compunction saying that this is not what I invest my money for. And it's not like it's Aaron Rodgers who has that pedigree of being a potential Hall of Famer. Here's a guy who was on his fourth team, third team,
13.
13.
third team,
Same problems.
and it's and to some degree, as much as you cause it, your causation is that it's a slight towards Justin. I'm looking at it as it's a vote of confidence for the head coach I just brought in,
Mhm.
and I being Woody, I'm trying to shield my head coach from some of the self-inflicted wounds he gave himself the week before when he was defending Justin, um, so that my head coach knows that I'm giving him a little more latitude so he can coach a little bit more uh, free and not, with the onus of even more of the job hanging over his head, so to speak. So I look at it as more a cover for Glenn than it is a diss to Justin. And I mean, yeah, it is what it is. The thing I hate is LaShawn McCoy turns out to be right.
Turns out to be right.
Damn
That
shady McCoy. That's the part
that
that makes me sick.
that is that for me too. That's the part that makes it hard. But I mean,
So are we ready to say that?
He is a career backup at best at this point.
Wow,
I don't see it being a backup
you think
Well,
he's out of the NFL?
unless he changes position.
Wow.
You know what? It's
So what's
funny
he
you
gonna
say
what's he
that.
gonna be? He's gonna be Taysom Hill now?
Man.
Yeah,
Could be.
probably.
Ah, man.
Uh, Bro, he might be more effective being
He could
Taysom
be
Hill.
better than Taysom.
He could be He could be Slash. Go back to the Cordell Stewart days. Maybe not be the receiver part, but just in terms of just being a weapon. I mean, literally, the dude can score from anywhere on the field. He's as long as he's not running, with his head into a wall, he has the ability to make people miss. He can throw the ball. I mean, he's out there. It's going to make you think twice about, it can open up a lot of space underneath. It can open up things for the running game. You can fake it. If utilized properly, i.e., Sean McVay or what's the guy out in San Francisco,
Kyle
Shanahan,
Shanahan.
or obviously Peyton, who created the Tyson Hill effect. You go to one of those kind of coaches. Hell, to be quite here, I'll say this, and why not? Philadelphia always seems to do this shit. Have him be like the utility player, so he's three positions on Philadelphia. They always find a way to get their money's worth and maximize players' abilities and talent. Have him backing up Jalen Hurts, shh, man,
Do you
or
think
just something like when you got him and Jalen Hurts out there and Saquon. uh, what are you doing? Because any one of those two of those three can throw the ball.
All of them
All
can
three can
run it.
score from anywhere. I mean, dude, that's a problem. Like if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm like, what is this? What timeout? Timeout. What are we doing here?
here's the
So
question. Do you think he would go for it though?
That part of it, I don't. I think he's got too much pride.
you know what? I think that pride might have taken a severe reality check after he basically, I don't want to say he orchestrated his way out of Pittsburgh, but he declined staying at Pittsburgh because he wanted to have that situation. He went into the Jets where he was the man. Unquestioned, he was going to be the starter. And bruh, you had 7 games and you progressively got worse. You
Yeah.
got sacked 9 times. You did some shit that we ain't ever seen. You had minus yards passing. You had negative passer rating or whatever it was. He did some inexplicable stuff I'd ever seen. You got sacked as many times as you completed passes. I mean, dude, you became a trivia answer for all the wrong questions.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude. At some point, man, and if he doesn't look in the mirror, then yeah, he's done it in the NFL. But, bro, I mean, getting paid is getting paid, and dude, you're not going to be that guy. You have to realize you're not going to get that opportunity again to be a starting quarterback going into the season. You have to be in a situation where the people have you get hurt, and somehow you come in and you're Rich Gannon and you have a
Shit.
career at 35 years of age and you finally figure out how to pass the ball.
I feel like he got early on. I mean, outside of Baker, I feel like he got chances that Darnold, Geno didn't even get.
Definitely not Geno.
Like
I say Donald got
Darnold,
some chances. Well, no, because he was the backup at all the places he
yeah,
was at
he
the
was the
career Jets.
backup everywhere he went.
Yeah, because he was
No, he came in. He was
no Carolina.
yeah,
Carolina, he was the guy
yeah.
for like 2 weeks.
He's and
Didn't
then
make it.
Baker took his spot. Okay.
Right. Yeah, but I get your point. I mean, he legitimately had a shot here with the Jets. He really did because he had a coach who believed in him,
No, they
a
get
coach
Yeah.
yeah,
who
yeah.
a coach who had coached against him for several years and seen what he could do, which is part of the reason why he's like, hey, and they had a type of offensive personnel you thought would be conducive. You got reunited with your college receiver. You got 2 good running backs. Well, one's hurt now, but going into the season, you had 2 good running backs. So you think of a good, strong running game with a really good defense. All you have to do is be efficient, and then from time to time make a big play with your legs if need be. And like you said, outside of the Pittsburgh game, we didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
It looked worse than what it ever was in
He
Chicago.
just
He
you know
looked
what?
worse than he was in Chicago.
And you can't say it was all on the offensive line like we did here.
Nope.
Hmm.
There was time he
Just
would get
holding on.
time and he would just
I mean,
hold the
what
damn
did
ball.
what
He
did
would
it for
not get
me
rid of it.
was what did it for me was him against the
Dolphins.
no Denver.
Denver. I'm sorry.
Fourth, fourth down. How the fuck do you take a sack?
Yeah.
How? With the game on the line. How? Just throw it. If it's picked, it is what it is. You cannot get sacked in that moment. Like, and you ain't that far out of field goal range.
Fifth down. You forgot about fifth down.
Man, that's when I said, yeah, it's over with for my boy. I mean, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. That's
I was
that's
rooting
real, man.
for him, but
Hey, he's still my guy. I'm still gonna rock the number one Bears jersey. Number one, I bought him,
I don't even know what mine at.
all three of them, and two, um, yeah, you know what, man, I was invested with Justin Fields going back to QB1, the show when he was
Yeah.
in high school,
Yeah.
and he came off as a great kid, uh, great background, humble, and I just enjoy him as a person. So it sucks to say it, man. This is it, man, for him as a starter. I think I agree with
Unequivocally.
that. But
Unequivocally.
um, but yeah, man, he's still my guy, man. I can't deny that. No doubt, no
Hey man,
doubt.
when he's playing with Philadelphia, winning the Super Bowl, and the Bears are still trying to get there, he can get his little giggle in then.
That's right. That's right.
Won't mean nothing. Won't
Hey,
mean nothing.
let's go to picks. Um a good week for all three of us.
What?
Good week. Smoke, you went 2-1. Uh, I think your only loss
The
was
damn
the
Raiders
Raiders, yeah, who got
got they
smoked by Kansas City
beat.
31 nothing. Um, Glenn, you went 2-1. You were half a point away from going 3-0 last week
Evil, evil,
with
evil,
Ole
evil,
Miss.
evil.
Actually, it's funny when I was
Mofos.
going. Hey, I wrote it down. Minnesota. I'm going through the. I'm trying to get what we did, and I'm looking at the scores, and I see you took the Eagles, right? And then you took Minnesota, and I'm like, wait a minute, the Eagles played Minnesota. How the hell? I was like, oh shit, the
No
Gophers.
football. Covers, yeah.
Sorry,
And I said
sorry.
the Gophers was going to win that game outright.
And they did. They did.
They beat that ass.
Yeah. And
Overrated ass.
I don't know
Gophers.
why I don't take my own advice in real life, but I went 3-0 last week with
Nice.
Iowa. Glenn, you told me Michigan State wasn't going to be able to hold them with that plus 27.5. They
That's
just got through.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just got
Yeah.
through and had the Colts. So 3-0. I'm in first place now at 10-5. Glenn
What?
second at 8-7, and Smoke, you are
Eight and
six
seven. You
and
sure I'm not nine and
nine.
five? Sure I'm not 9-5?
6 and
Feel like I
You
should be
nine.
should
nine and five.
you should have been, man. You should have been 9-6.
Go upon
Uh
somebody. Call upon a contender.
so Smoke, you are up first.
Okay,
Who you
I'm gonna
got?
ride this train. See if they can give me a win again. I'm taking Cincinnati over the Jets
The
at minus
Bengals.
6.5. Think I might go against the Jets the rest of the year. Just being honest.
That's not a bad thing.
Goddamn Bears are 6.5 point dog.
Really?
Yeah, down the road though. It's against the Ravens.
But they're 1-5.
But it's the Ravens. Didn't you just
Wow.
tell me you were scared about this
I
team? Did you
am.
just
I'm
did
just saying that's
did
crazy.
all your fear was wound up and this is Baltimore
And I
myth?
said
When
what I said, so
Wait,
I'm
when was
gonna
the last
ride it.
time? When was the last time a 4-2 team goes into a 1-5 and are a touchdown dog?
That's why I
That's
said
Every
what
year
I
in
crazy.
the
said.
NFL.
Why I
Every year in
said
the
what I
NFL.
said. That's why I'm gonna take Baltimore minus the
I'm,
6.5.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but
And then I'm gonna take Carolina
dude,
plus 7.5
you're all in my
over
head, dude. Like
Buffalo.
those are same two teams I'm picking. Two different reasons a little bit, but those same two teams I targeted.
All right. Glenn, who you got?
Well,
What was
nah,
your,
Well,
you gonna
no,
change something?
nah.
You sure?
you
I ain't gonna
you got a,
change that.
you
I ain't
got
gonna
a
change
moment.
that.
Don't get
All
don't doubt yourself.
Keyshawn ain't gonna get me 3 touchdowns again versus New England, so I ain't gonna change that.
right. Glenn, who you got?
All right. I too, as I mentioned before, targeting the same games. However, I, I think the Bears plus 7.5.
Six and a
They
half.
6.5. Sorry, they've been keeping all these games pretty much close. Outside of a really good
Lions.
Detroit team and the Cowboys, who were really reeling at that time in terms of identity. So I'm going to take the Bears on that one against the purple and black Ravens. And I think their team is purple and black. They got a lot of injuries. Um, the other team, oh, Carolina, dude, this is a different Carolina team, man. They've been playing
Mm-hmm.
really well. So yeah, man. I think I wouldn't be shocked if Carolina actually wins that game, let alone getting 7.5. That's 7.5 for them, I believe. Correct?
Plus seven and a
Yes.
half. Yep.
Yeah. And also I'm always kind of got to lean into the collegiate arena a little bit there. Uh, I'm debating on pulling the Ezra factor, but going back, or actually I say my factor, but going back to the same kind of situation. Um, I'm going to take UCLA plus 20. Is it 25, 25 and a half? I think it's.
Uh,
Hold on, let me double check again. My bad. It's yeah, half. So give me my half. Give me my half. Damn it, 25 and a half on the road against the Hoosiers and their revitalized mascot that looks like a water buffalo,
Mm.
or at least a buffalo. Go figure. There's a story
all right.
behind that. Iamalieva. Iamalieva.
Wow. Who'd have thunk Wisconsin getting 33 and a half at
And,
Oregon? That's
and,
crazy.
and they'll probably lose by 35 plus.
Crazy. I'm gonna take
How,
two college games here.
how he still has his job is amazing to me.
Yeah, with all the firings that's been going on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're taking Vanderbilt,
Um,
aren't you? You're taking Vandy. I feel
I'm
it.
not gonna take Vandy this week. I'm going somewhere else. UVA is going to Carolina. Um,
Little rivalry. A few people know about.
I'm gonna take UVA minus the 10 and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. No love for Bill Belichick and the boys in blue, huh?
No, no.
Yeah, no.
Um, Illinois is going out west to take
Yeah.
on the Washington Huskies. They are plus 4.5. I'm gonna take the Illini.
You taking the Huskies?
I'm taking the Illini
You
plus
taking the
four and a
Huskies? Taking the Huskies?
half. And let's go to the league. Um,
Everybody want to mess with Michigan State, huh?
wow.
I should have took Kentucky
That
plus
Panthers
that.
game is really intriguing, but I'm not gonna
That's what
do
I'm
that.
saying.
I'm not gonna do that to you guys.
Mhm.
Um,
Hey, you missed a 3-0. I mean, that's you take that. It's a blessing. We at least we got a win on the season, on the week of season.
the Denver Broncos came back, scored 33 in the fourth
That's insane.
uh, against the Giants. I think they ride that wave. I'm gonna take the Broncos minus a 3.5 at home against Dallas.
Interesting. Sean Payton's old stomping grounds, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's homecoming week
Yeah.
for my Hampton
Or
Pirates.
okay.
So I'm taking a trip down to Hampton, my first time in 23 years.
Say that out loud again. How old are you?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
longer than you were at when you left.
Right. I left Hampton at 22. I haven't, yeah. So looking forward to that. Not necessarily looking forward to the game though. So we still gonna have fun. We got crushed by Villanova 56-14 last week. I don't expect it to get any better against Monmouth, but shout out to the Pirates though. We gonna hope for the best.
This is not
Oh,
Monmouth out of Illinois, is it?
no, Jersey,
Oh, okay.
New Jersey. There's a Monmouth in Illinois.
Yeah. It's not that far from Western Illinois. It's like maybe 15, maybe 20 minutes.
Who knew?
I
Hey,
did.
Smoke, your guys are out in Vegas this week, right?
Yep.
Grambling, Jackson State. That should be a good
Yep.
one.
Nah, they ain't.
No?
They probably gonna kick our ass.
Oh man, don't say that, man. I know y'all only got one conference win, but that's more than what we have.
Bayou
So yeah.
Classic this year gonna be tragic. Both teams
Yeah, both
stink.
teams are bad. Didn't I think Southern just fired their head coach?
Oh wow.
I think they fired him today.
Sounds like you guys having these alma mater wolves just left on the bandwagon for the Volunteers. You
It's
guys are
rough.
going to jump
By the
on.
way, yeah, man, where we going? Your
After
volunteers
they got their ass kicked.
killed my parlay last on Saturday.
Alabama.
Come on,
Y'all,
man.
y'all should have known. Did y'all ask me? Did you ask me?
I didn't.
If you asked me, I'd have told you.
They were getting 9.5.
If you asked me, did you see me bet on them?
Oh man.
No. I turned it off right before the pick six.
The
Why?
pick
Because
six
I
that
felt it
killed me.
coming.
That
Yeah. Well,
killed me.
the safety killed me. I'm like, what are you doing? What is going? Sound like Lombardi. What's going on out here?
The hell's going on out
What the
here?
hell's going on? Yeah, what the hell's going on out here? Yeah, man, they're afraid to beat Georgia and Alabama. Other than that, they'll probably go 10-2, 9-3 at worst.
That's still a playoff appearance.
Yeah, I don't know. Big Ten team, a lot of Big Ten teams.
Yeah, true that. All right, boys, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Easy Smoke and the GM podcast. I want to thank everyone for listening. We greatly appreciate it. You can catch us at Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, or wherever you find your favorite podcast. You can also catch the video version of this show. You can see all of our pretty faces on YouTube. Search for HP53 Productions, and you will find links to our podcast and the Super Duper podcast hosted by Rob Griggs. I got through that pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. Yo, Glenn.
I'll clap. Yes, sir.
Please take us out.
All right. Like we always say here in Easy Smoking and Gym podcast, we ain't saying we're right. We just don't think we're wrong.
Let's go, Pirates. Let's go.